Many of you don't know how serious this is. You just don't know. You just don't know. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Mental Musings. How you doing? Oh, wait. Greetings. That's better. One to wet your whistle. Thank you, Zenboot. Appreciate that. I should have put $5. I know I should have, but I didn't. And I don't mind. Like, this is one of those like, oh, 10 will be fine. For me to drink another one, that's just awful. You know, I'm going to get annihilated. Oh. I guess I hope you have yours as well. Oh, I didn't do the thing. I got distracted. Why must I be like this? All right, you're going to black out for a second, but you're going to not feel a thing, so don't worry about it. Oh, come on. I have to turn that off, too. I wish there was one I could click it on and then turn off. There's probably a way to do that, and I'm unaware of it. Anyway. There we go. Thank you, Zip. One to wet your whistle. I'm going to wait a little bit to announce something nice, but also, oh, you know how the good and bad thing happen at the same time? It's one of those. For now, if anyone's unaware, you didn't see the thumbnail, you didn't look at the title, and you just don't know where you are in general, we are trying the Guinness Zero, which I didn't grab. Because why would I do that? That would make sense. Let's do that. Ugh. Now some of you know how close my refrigerator is. In fact, my kitchen's right there. You can't see it. Don't worry about it. You know, I used to have a mini fridge in my bedroom as a child, as a teenager. It was full of Mountain Dew. I see the dentist every year now. Sometimes twice a year. There we go. There's weird blue on it. It's got blue on it. What does it mean? Let's see. What's it say here? What's on the top? Chill, open, pour, enjoy, wherever, whenever. Chill, open, pour, enjoy, whenever, wherever. Okay, we got it. We got it. Non-alcoholic draft. Draft. Gotta say it just the right way. Contains less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. Malt beverage with natural flavors, 14.9 fluid ounces. You know the word I don't like here? Non-alcoholic. I have stated this numerous times on my channel lately, because, you know, can't drink, well, choosing not to drink alcohol. Jesus, fuck. Patrick Greeny, so nice to see you as always.
Well, hello.
No, guy, here we go. Someday I'll figure out how to make it just once.
Well, hello.
But I haven't yet, and I think I like that it does it a lot. I just have to mute it for a sec. It does not change the outlook. I am being I'm working the area here where Patrick, you just blow my mind every time. I got to do the thumbnail again at the end. No, I am actively trying to avoid alcohol entirely. However, you have to look at your options and what they are and decide, you know, is that amount of alcohol something I need to worry about? I don't think it is. I haven't talked with my doctor. She's of the same mindset of like none. Zero. And I'm like, okay, but you know what I do. And it has been mentioned by, I don't want to say many of you, but enough of you out there that's like, why don't you just review non-alcoholic stuff? And at first I thought, well, I'm not going to do a video about it. That's what I thought. I don't want to do a video about it. That is not what the channel is about at the moment, because it's mental musings. So there's going to be a lot of mentally stuff, some thoughtful processes. once in a while. Very rarely. But in this case, I wanted to just try something that I obviously enjoy. Again, I have the shirt on. This is technically a shirt for the gym, to exercise in. Yeah, just the material is that's that kind of material. And I don't remember where I got it, but I do like to say this is like motivation. If I exercise and keep my healthy lifestyle, I can have a Guinness every once in a while. And I also got the glass somehow. Life is weird, man. Like, I got this shirt and I got this glass, and I don't know how. But here they are. I have no memory of how I was acquired. It was probably a gift. And this one, again, I have absolutely no idea. Maybe I got it at a Savers or something, which feels a little gross to say, but you watch them, they're fine. Here we go. It made the noise. It went, and I got to pour it correctly. Don't worry, I know how. I'm a level 2 whiskey somm. I have to know how to pour beer, too. Trying to hold it up to the camera is a bad idea, because this is not easy to do. It's doing the same kind of thing, which is good. Steady on, Brian. Yep. Oop. I gotta let it sit for a minute. Here we are. Many of you know how it looks at the start. It has to settle, which is good. It's good to see it does the same thing. But does that mean the taste will be the same? That's what we're here to find out. I'm going to wait to the 10-minute mark to talk about the good, bad news. And also other bad, good news. First of all, though, the GoFundMe for Mama and Papa KillCo, assisting them financially with living with cancer and dealing with it every day, every minute, all the time. That is still going on. It's going to go on for the next few weeks. 4-Leaf Whiskey. Pardon you. 4-Leaf Whiskey, hello. I know you like a good Guinness just as much as I do. I got the shirt and I got the glass. I mean, that's, what else can I say? Guinness Glass 2, got it while working at my brother's convenience store. Nice. Your brother has a convenience store? Or do you have one? 4-Leaf in the house. This is the best non-alcohol, but spoilers. We'll see. I have opinions. Or I will. I don't have them yet. But have you had the Heineken Zero yet? Look, first of all, I don't drink Heineken in general until lately, because Heineken did a thing somehow where they're like, all right, 0 alcohol, which is hard to do. And then they got it all over the place. Numerous times I've been like, hey, do you have anything with 0 alcohol in it? And they're like, we have Heineken Zero. And I go, cool. And I have one. And I think Zenboot, you were there for the first one I tried. And it tastes like a Heineken. It's weird. Like, Heineken is a very specific taste, too. It's like, this is a Heineken. This is what it tastes like. No alcohol in it whatsoever. Non-alcoholic and 0 alcohol are the little fiddly words that you start to live with when you're not drinking alcohol. Because non-alcoholic doesn't mean no alcohol in it. It's a trick. And I do find some concern for people who are trying to avoid alcohol entirely. Because you get something that says non-alcoholic beer, there's alcohol in it. Just the tiniest amount. But enough for your liver to notice, you know. It's like, hey, what's that? Hey, get out of here. Okay, we're good. Oh, man, that's awesome. Did they make good sandwiches? Those are very important. All right, here we go. I don't want to wait. I'm going to wait to 7:10. And we'll talk more about this. You know, it always feels like this is living in my face. Hello. It doesn't have to be so close, but I like having it close. I don't have to talk loud. You can hear me and I'm just whispering. It's weird. The joys of technology. Science. I also noticed that this thing here, sitting where it is, opening at 1K subscribers, is pointing right at my brain. So some people may think I'm going to open my skull, which is not going to happen. Just to be clear. I don't know if I should announce other news. It's actually, okay, here's the thing I'll say. The Caring Bridge link to find out more about Mama and Papa KillCo directly. Like, the GoFundMe is one thing, and then we have this other sources. Like, this is what they're living with now. Go check. You can donate directly to them in Caringbridge if you should like to, but that doesn't get you entered into my raffle. But I want people to be aware of that. Like, it's the easiest thing I can say. It's like why I'm doing the raffle. Look at this. Read their Caringbridge. You will understand entirely if you just read one of those with what they're dealing with constantly. You open your brain to us on every stream. I kind of do, yeah. The words come out of my brain somehow. I make noises that you can understand if you think about it just for long enough. All right, here we go. Looks like it's settled enough. 7:10. We got it. 10 whole minutes. There it is. Ain't she a beauty? It's not, this is the one that is the correct size. So this is the American portion. Thank you, America, for being weird. Smells like a Guinness. I haven't had a Guinness in a minute, by the way. This is going to get all over my mustache in all likelihood, so I wish I had a... Where did that go? Did I just not put one back over here? I usually have paper towels nearby because chaos. Oh, they're over there. Great, that's helpful. I will say there's a difference on the smell. I'm trying to figure out what that is. It's making me think of sourdough, like sourdough bread, but not the kind I like for some reason. It's like a sourdough bread that's just a little too much. I want sourdough bread. Damn. You know what it is? We were talking about sandwiches. So I want a sourdough. What goes on sourdough? There's a specific sandwich that's really good on that. Is it like, oh gosh, I have an idea of what it is, but I can't find the word. Pastrami? Something like that? No, it's rye. Pastrami and rye. What goes good on sourdough? It smells different. I can say that for certain, but I don't think I ever went and took a very long time thinking about what the Guinness smells like. But there's something different there per my feeling. My nose is telling me something's different. But that's okay. It's still very close. If I weren't being very analytical right now, I probably wouldn't notice. Like, if they give me a Guinness, I would drink it. Here we go. Cheers to all of you. Thank you for being here. Tell me what you're drinking. You can drink alcohol if you want. I'm on a hiatus. Let's see how this tastes. Sláinte. Yeah, it's different. The texture is different, just a little. The taste is actually pretty close. But there's definitely a difference that I could tell. Patrick Green, what? Like, I'm looking at this still, blinking at me. This is wild. I don't know how much, I don't know which ones he bought. I assume the lowest ones, but that's a lot. Cripes. Ah, this thing changed. Sorry, I found out recently that Top Chat and Live Chat are different things. And when they are different things, I don't see what's in chat all the time because Top Chat is YouTube deciding it wants to censor things and make decisions for me. Live Chat is I can see what people are typing. I think it's mostly to stop bots and spam and such, but there's not a lot of that here, so I don't worry about it. Let's go in for the second sip. There's something right in the middle of it. It's like something zips through. It's not bad. It's just different. I'm getting these weird, I'm not sure what word I want to use for it. Has a roasty bite of a regular Guinness, but it's not as heavy. Yeah, it's a little, the texture is different. I couldn't say exactly how, but it does feel a little more watered down. Nothing severe. It's still a beer. Beer tastes a little like water. It's made of water, but whatever. And I don't expect them to be able to do the exact same thing when they're altering it in such a way. But it's good. Like I could easily get this and be like, I'm gonna have a beer. Again, my concern, of course, is that it says non-alcoholic. For all of you out there who are trying to go and live the no alcohol lifestyle, non-alcoholic does not mean zero alcohol. It's a trick. It's an advertising trick where they're like, it doesn't have any, it's non-alcoholic, meaning good luck getting drunk off this, but there is alcohol in it. Drink Guinness Zero at Cincy Celtic Fest. I was pleasantly surprised how good it was. Yeah, it is good. Extra stout. Oh. How dare you? Enjoy. I just thought of laundry. Like wet laundry. You know how when you get your laundry and you're taking it out of the laundry when it's just been washed and you're putting it in the dryer? That. That was weird. Wet laundry is definitely better than wet dog. Let's see. I want to figure out what that zing is. I keep wanting to say sour, but I don't know why. It's doing something that's making my mouth dry. That is certain. Trying to place that little thing in the middle is what's bugging me the most. Espresso? No. It actually seems fruity. Like it feels, it's oddly enough, I think it has something to do with the fermentation. I don't know why I think that, but that's the feeling I have internally. I don't try to make any logical sense here. It just doesn't work. We may like Vulcans a lot, but we're not like Vulcans. It's not terrible. It's not bad. I could definitely drink this. No problem. But it is, as you'd expect, a little different. The texture is a little different. The smell is slightly different. And there's something specific to me that is coming through the middle of the palate. I'm saying that feels silly when I'm drinking beer, but we're analyzing it, so might as well. Compapyrison, to my memory, mind you. I haven't had a Guinness in a while. It's been at least 60 days. What has it been? Where's my phone? And I say like 65 days sober. That was a good guess, Brian. It's 65 days sober. But sobriety wasn't the issue. It was just alcohol. Alcohol affecting my liver. My liver going, oh, stop, please. As many of you are aware, the liver can regenerate unless you beat it into submission. Like I had been doing for 30 years. Non-stop having alcohol. Not even thinking about it. But now, I'm living the alcohol-free lifestyle. It's actually nice because what it is just living. Remember that time before you drank alcohol? It's like that. I mean, when I say that, I mean it. Like, alcohol is not the norm, and yet we've made it that way. And I think, and there's a lot of what we've talked about before here. We have discussed the fact that this exists, right? Like this, Guinness decided to do this. Why? Why would a beer company that makes beer decide to make a beer that is non-alcoholic? Suddenly, like recently. This is new, right? I haven't heard about it before. And now they have one. Why? They make something like this when there's a trend that it's something that people want. Like when they notice people want something, they start to make something that they want so they can buy it. Heineken Zero is an example. This is an example. Two very, very large alcohol-making companies, breweries. I feel like you can't call them breweries when they're that big. Like Guinness and Heineken are not exactly breweries. They are They are a machine that pumps out booze, or beer in particular. This does make me want espresso, though. I will admit that. Like you said, espresso. I'm like, I don't taste it, but I want it. And I remember espresso and dark chocolate were two notes I'd get off a regular Guinness. This just has that weird thing in the middle that's very distracting for me. Yeah, sourdough bread. Definitely more watery. That zing is still there, and it actually dries out my tongue. I don't know if regular Guinness used to do that. This is me trying to make sure none's on my mustache, by the way. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the non-alcoholic trend, the low alcohol. Even, I don't know how the algorithm does things with my brain, but one of the weirdest things it's been having me see celebrity interviews. Or not interviews, like they're on podcasts. So they're just podcasts, and they're just talking with the person's podcast. I'd like to do something like that at some point. Except that requires being in the same room with the person. So, oh well. Unless I did it virtually, which is an option. But one of them was Tom Holland, Spider-Man, if that helps. And he stopped drinking alcohol recently, about a year ago, I think. Maybe a little more. He stopped drinking alcohol at some point, and he was noticing that it was a problem. Like when he stopped drinking alcohol, he really wanted to drink alcohol. That's when you should be concerned. I did not have such a problem to any like major issue wise. It was just like, oh, I miss drinking this stuff that I have a lot of. Wah. But in his case, it bothered him a lot. And he also realized the same thing that I'm talking about. There is a sudden need and a want of non-alcoholic beverages, beers in particular. And he actually made some. So there are beers that he is affiliated with. He didn't make them. That I'm going to try at some point. The problem is they're expensive. I think they're like $20 or $30 for 6. And there's the shipping problem, which is also $20 or $30. I'll have to check exactly, but it's something I'm thinking about. Again, I want to talk about, low alcohol, zero alcohol options. I just don't want to make videos of it, though I should. Editing right now is going towards different things, which I can't discuss technically. I can. I haven't signed a waiver or anything. But I will be working on more of that tonight. I should have been doing that today, but lately I've had these problems with getting up and life. It's taking me a lot of time to get out of bed recently, and I think part of that is the new medication I'm taking just drains me a bit, which is unfortunate, because especially when I have to get up early. But I feel there is a trend towards less or no alcohol in the younger generations. Feels weird to say, but it's true. While whiskey, I think, is still prominent, it too has made a obvious change. I mean, there's a whiskey channel now. People have whiskey channels talking about whiskey. What they generally seem to like, the channels that I'm interested in, that I watch and keep track of, they are promoting enjoying it, and they're not pushing the overdoing it. There are a lot of channels out there that I feel are, the drink, get drunk, still, methodology, psychology, and I'm staying as far away from that as I can, just obvious reasons. That is the dying trend, I hope, and I think most of us can agree on that. Like, we don't want people to do that anymore, right? When you come down to it, drinking to excess, getting inebriated, getting drunk are bad things, and only bad things seem to come from them. Just look at drunk driving. That's a big one. And the damage it does to your body, that's a big one. I'm a prime example of that, for the record. And if you look at the generations before us, this is where it becomes important. When I was younger, I would watch movies about college kids getting drunk, and that was the thing to do. Like they'd be in movies and stuff. That's the thing to do. That's what the popular kids were doing. That's how you had fun. Ugh. And I did it when I was younger, a lot. Again, a prime example. Through my 20s into my 30s. So let's say I was in high school. Another one that's like, I should not tell you when I did it, like when I started. I think I was 14, maybe 13. Probably 14. 14 feels about right. Yeah, when we first got our hands on alcohol, which also was the thing you wanted to do because it was the thing that you shouldn't do. No surprise there. And think about 14 to 30. I didn't start misusing alcohol until I was probably in 16, 17. Then college years, being undiagnosed with mental health issues didn't help because we all know the word self-medicating. That's the thing I did. I'm certain of it. And yeah, through my 20s wasn't as bad. So I did kind of chill out, but I was still drinking on the weekend at least. And maybe once or twice during the week. To the point of being buzzed. So like 3 beers easily. And I think the generations that are coming up now aren't doing that. Like they're not looking to get alcohol at 14. They're not looking to get alcohol at 21. They realize... I mean, why didn't we realize, Like, doing that is bad. It's a bad thing to do, and it's like you see people puking their guts out. It's like fucking... I think the generations that are looking at that aren't being influenced as much to do so. So that's a start. And the norm, like going to a bar, hanging out with friends at a bar, having a drink at a restaurant, those are still there. But the wanting it to be something that needs to be alcohol isn't. And in my case, the option to have something like this is great because you feel included. I think that's the real problem. It's not that you want to drink alcohol in those situations. It's that you want to not be felt like you're being left out. Like people will look over you and not see you have a beer in your hand, and that's, it's a thing. I don't like it. Same thing with designated driver. They don't feel like they want to be the designated driver. But if they can have something that looks like a beer with their friends, knowing they're that guy who is helping everyone out, and they can still enjoy the company with a beverage. Weird that it's a thing that we have to drink, but it is. Same goes with food. I'm waiting for it to go away, but it isn't. Every time I take a sip, this thing just like zips through. And it kind of sits on my tongue, which is why I think it's dry. I just wish I could have the words for it. That's my issue at the moment. What does it taste like, Brian? I'm not sure. It feels like a fermenty thing. I think I would enjoy this more with food. And typically, when I have a Guinness, I am usually having food. What's really good is there is a pub called Buskers in Newport. And I want to go there. They have really good whiskey. They have a huge whiskey selection. So I will feel bad going there for that reason, since I'm so used to going there as a thing to do for whiskey. Some of you haven't even been there. Ooh. But if they have a Guinness Zero, I would feel better about that because I could get the food there. I could certainly get the food there just as is, but I always would have a Guinness with, the shepherd's pie. I think that was one of them. They have some kind of curry thing, which I don't like as much. What else do they have? Scotch eggs. They have that. They have bread and butter. Oh, guess who's hungry, by the way? I'm trying to think. What else would I get there? Oh, bangers and mash. Oh, that is the perfect thing for this. Go there and bangers and mash and a Guinness. Four Leaf. If you ever do find yourself in the area, I'm going to take you there. I'm not going to pay for it, though, but I can take you there. We'll get your critical opinion of it as a Irish pub. They have people who have the accent there. Like they're from Ireland. Now part of my brain's like, you go there tomorrow. Shut up. No. I don't know if they have Guinness Zero, for one thing. That might be like blasphemy for them. I don't know. Let's do it. I would have to find out if they have like the Guinness Zero, though. Or something. I mean, Guinness Zero feels like the best thing I could do there. But I have not been there in quite a while. It feels sad. Like, I know there's someone who's awesome who works there, and she's the one who curates the whiskey selection. And I could tell her, like, if you would allow me to taste something, fine. But I don't want to buy it. You know? If I'm able to, like, taste something and spit it out, tiniest amount, cool. But I'm not going to want to spend, $10, $15 on a pour of whiskey that I will not drink. We'll see. I feel like she might be a little lenient in that. The tiniest amount, I'm just going to spit out. What's funny is if I get it just right, and this is a small amount, mind you, where I put it in my mouth, swish it around, and there's not really enough to spit out. Like it all got absorbed. That's usually perfect because then it's like, okay, all gone. You do feel a little guilty, though, or at least I do. When it's like nothing's there, swallow up. There was a little, but not enough. We're going into this with I think the first 60 days is what I wanted to get through, just to do it. Like say no alcohol at all. And the Bastard's Ball was where I had to test my what's the word? Conviction. Because going to a giant whiskey event, having a bunch of whiskey around, and not being able to actually consume it. Think about you trying that is all I could really say. If you did the same thing you had to do, and you didn't have to not do it, I could have drank a bunch of whiskey down there, but nope. So I'm trying to find out where I can compromise. And after 60 days, I think a non-alcoholic beverage is okay. Speaking of non-alcoholic beverages, if you get the Super Chat count goal thing to the goal, I can have another Guinness on camera. I would really never drink more than one Guinness. I've done it. You know what it is? I did it before. Here's the story. Speaking of like this alcohol misuse thing we're talking about, I once met up with some old friends and we were at I think it's a restaurant and bar in Newport, and I hadn't really eaten much that day. Like I didn't eat dinner, and I had at least 2 or 3 Guinness, which is enough to do it when you have an empty stomach. And I was quite inebriated by the time I left, in a bad way. I was lucky to get home safely. I never want to do that again. And speak like drink enough Guinness to get that bad. So it had to be 3 or 4 on an empty stomach. I felt bad the next day. I remember that. So me and Guinness have had a time where I did not touch it for quite a while. And the idea of drinking more than one probably just makes me go, "Hi, no, don't do it. Don't do it." What's sad is most of us have that kind of story, but we don't like telling anyone because it's like, "Whoa, don't drink and drive." It's like, yeah, but you've done it. You've had 1 or 2 drinks and then drove somewhere. Ha ha ha. I don't like to think about how many times I've done it though. Even recently. I think it was let's see, when was one of the bad ones? when I was in Kentucky at one point, I had not too much. Like really, it was like I had a certain amount over a certain amount of time. And I thought I'd be fine, but it's like I had one more and then had to drive back. I wasn't feeling great. Danger, danger. That was numerous years ago. We're talking, what, 3, 4 years ago? 3. I'll say 3. It was stupid. In fact, you can get a good idea of how, like, I was, what area of I'm fine I was in, because there was also the time when I went down there where I drank too much the night before an event and woke up feeling like crap the next day. I just lay in bed in the dark. Patrick Greeny, thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you're still here. I feel like you always like come in and just like, here, generosity. Carpet bomb the area with generosity. It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? But thankfully that kind of situation has not happened in quite a while. And it probably won't happen for at least a year. Very likely longer. I have to really rethink my relationship with whiskey. The good thing is I have plenty to share. I haven't actually done a raffle in a while. And I will probably be holding off on that until after November. Maybe I'll do a couple in Christmas. Not Christmas, in December. I do have the Advent calendar kit. Let me show you guys that so you can see the glory. Patrick Greeny, it got here. Thank you. It's right over here. Ow. Nope. Yeah. Ooh. There she be. Wait. Flavor Advent calendar. There's an easy goal to read. Yes, I know. I was very tempted to make it $5, but I thought, it's fine. Plus, you started off like mega generous. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't remember. Oh, I was like, what's this over here? The reaction button is there. But I forgot what I was saying. This will be for next year. In all likelihood, it's going to sit here, waiting patiently. I haven't even looked at it because I don't want to know much about it. Oh yeah, this. That's a lot. That's a large number, isn't it? Was it 8? Hold on. Oh God, I thought it was less than that. No, that's right. Oh, for some reason I thought it was $850. It's $890. So anyway, that is the amount that will be paid, has been paid, on a credit card for my car to be fixed. So Bessie is back. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't driven it. I don't know what conditions it's in. But oh, I turned the thing off. I'm sorry. Just realized that. Now you can try to scam me with the super chats. But yeah, that's the thing now. There it is. Thank you. You're making me have to highlight all these. Damn. What number are we at? Oh, Jesus. Should have made it 20. I got $20. Actually, 60 cents, I think. YouTube takes its cut. I'm actually not sure. I don't remember. I don't remember what the cut is. That's a good laugh, isn't it? Terrifying. Highlight this again. Remember, if you're a member, you get to use the emotes. Just so we're clear. Whoops. What did I do? Oh. There we go. Nail it. Now I have to highlight all of these. Oh my God. There's 1, 2, 6, 3, 4. I lost track. There we go. That's 7. Well, actually 6 from you. 1 from Zenbood, I think. I kind of lost track. But you guys do nutso. Nutso. Oh my god, all I see are the super chats now. Ah. I want to see, like, stop at 9 and don't do the last one. Just have leave me in suspense. I'm going to finish this one now, just in case. It's been quite a while since I had 2 beers. Or any beer. Actually, no, that's not true. I had a Heineken Zero not long ago. I'm tempted to keep that. Like, I do like the bunny and the bling noise. But that one's pretty funny.
Like, I always use this as an excuse. It's like, hey, if you get to this many super chats, I'll talk like this for 5 minutes. No tunes? You don't hear it? Oh, it's really low. That's what it is. It's been on. Like, I've been listening to it.
But, I was fiddling with the volume, so I wasn't sure if you could hear it or not. Can you hear it now? Well, now it stopped. Come on. The song just ended. Blech. Let me know if you hear it. It's not starting yet. It should start soon. There we go. Let me know. Jesus. Well, well, well. Look what's happened. We've hit 10. What a surprise. Thank you, everyone who donated. Patrick Green. Zenbu. Zenbu, let me know if you can hear the tunes or not. I can always check. Crack the volume a little higher. Like I said, I can hear it. What's really funny is I haven't eaten in a while. And you do have that, like, I've had 2 beers feeling. Just having one of these, it's an odd sensation to be like, I've been drinking. I have alcohol in my system, but it's not enough to do anything. My concern with the zero alcohol, non-alcoholic thing is pretty valid. Love that last little frothy bit. All right. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to do the BRB thing. Whoop. It's like it never left. All right, let me tweak it. All right, how's that for volume on music? I still have it really low on the actual source, so you might not hear it at all. There's the other one. I'm concerned because I know this one fell over. Like when I was taking it out of the fridge, it kind of just went thunk and fell over. So I don't think this one is the kind to just like splurt everywhere, but now I'm worried. Let's see the little. I have no idea if that does anything. A little tapping on the top. It's one of those things you heard someone say it helps, and then you're like, duh, okay. How? Why? How does it do anything? All right, here we go. It's such a weird noise. Steady on. I'm going to get annihilated on 2 beers. Non-alcoholic beers. Oh, man. I'm going to have a headache tomorrow. The real question about these, for me, oh, my hand's tired, blah, is if a child drank one of these, what would happen? Yeah, bottle down. There we go. It's doing the thing. Proof that I poured it. We're just dump it on the ground. No. How dare you? All right, next time I'm doing $5 only. But I also don't know what the goal is going to be. That's always the issue. It's like, put a goal. I go, I don't know. I sing a song is usually the one I put on there. Thank you. Boof. Okay, that was the thing. I can't see it. Where'd it go? What did you do? Oh, good. Thank you. I had to look for the good news about the car. Yes, thank you. Kersploosh, yes. When I see like one of those drop, I'm like, what happened? What's happened? I'm still traumatized from the 500 that a Whiskey Somm friend did. Booyah. Thank you. As I said, that's the good news, I can get my car back. The bad news, my credit card took a hit. And it's like the worst time to do it, too. It's like we have this big GoFundMe thing happening next month. And I'm also like, so, my car. It's working now, I think. I haven't seen it nor driven it yet. I just got the word today. Like $900 for a 2000. Again, I keep telling myself $900 is a lot, isn't it? Absolutely. It's a lot in my little world. But you know what will cost more is a new car. And I don't actually know when I'm going to be positioned to do that thing. Like, this is the car I have to use until it stops functioning entirely. I just don't want to get a car accident or something. And I have to start up insurance again. I was convinced that car was dead, so I got rid of my insurance. It has been like a month and a half, though. It's like my brother has gotten married. The seasons have changed. I've gone on vacation. Like, a lot has happened in the time my car busted itself. Well, you know, got busted by nature, water, and the now. Let's see, when was that? Was it? It feels like it was in August. Or like early September. My brother's wedding was in a... When was my brother's wedding? I have forgotten already. I put it in my phone, don't worry. He'll never know. What? Yeah, I know. Meow, Sugar Kitty, meow. Sugar Kitty, I'm home now. I don't know if you've done anything with coffee. I caught the email we sent from last time. I do have plenty of coffee right now. Another thing I'm going to get into at some point, just a little bit, like shorts-wise in all likelihood, is coffee pods. I have a Keurig, and I noticed I've been using it quite a bit as a substitute for drinking anything else. So I can drink coffee at night without an issue, typically. If you saw the short I did last night, I was like, I'm wired. Ah! Okay, cool. Thought it would be there now. Shit! I can check the mail. I don't think I checked the mail today. I know I didn't. Cheers, everyone. Thank you again. Oh, yeah. Alcohol substitute. The grand goal with all this alcohol, non-alcohol stuff is to find the zeros. Like Heineken Zero, I will highly promote because it's zero. It tastes like a Heineken. It has no alcohol. Technically, they're just making malt beverages, like carbonated malt beverages. Like adult soda is what they're making. Except with fermented stuff. Through a whole process, it's like, here you go. There's no alcohol in it. It's a adult juice, adult soda. What do you even call it? I can only say malt beverage. It's not a beer. Malt beverage with natural flavors. That's what this one's called. How about a Thursday? What day is it? Friday? Okay, I didn't check. I'll have to check the mail soon. So I will check the mail as soon as I end the stream, which is about 10 minutes. Was it? Who sent it? Who sent it? Like, where is it? USPS? Redram of Cargis. Happy belated Friday. Yes, please do. I did something special for that day. I have to finish the editing for it, though. And you will see it later. My concern is this is one of the first times ever that I've had to make a video and send it to someone else and be like, is this good? Will this work for you? Because it'll be weird for me to try to re-edit stuff, like record something else and put it back in. Blah. Could do it. And yeah, for those of you who are wondering why we're talking about Lefroy, Lefroy Day was 2 days ago, Wednesday, the 23rd. And that was the day in 2016 that my father and I first tried Lefroy. Malt pop, basically. I mean, they make twisted tea. That's basically a kid's drink with alcohol in it. It's a malt beverage. So I'm absolutely not doing anything that would be... Wait. There's no, like, non-alcoholic whiskey I will ever do. Fuck, screw that. Oh, cool. All right, Cherokee. It's probably in a box. Like we have lock boxes for packages of any sort. So I will check. It'll probably be down there. Not worried about it. I'd be worried about it if it was something else because I'm supposed to get a notification for delivered items. But this has been nice. I've had 2 Guinnesses tonight. I'm annihilated. That's another thing I've thought about doing since I'm not drinking, is to go and do a live stream and then just imagine myself if I had a little too much. It's been done by people out there. I think it's been great. We should definitely have more of this. I like this very much. Oh yeah, that's good. The tangy thing has kind of gone away. I had to drink 2 of them for it to happen. But that weird thread is stopped. Mostly. I think my mother likes to do that. Mama KillCo has been known to like have to do some performance on stage where she has to be annihilated and talking like she just had a little too much to drink, which is not hard to do for me because I've been there. Whoa. But Mama KillCo, she's never had a drink in her life. I think she got a drink she had a few drinks once by accident to see someone spike the punch. And she didn't know. It was like vodka in it or something. I don't know. It was a long time ago when she was in the college, I think. Maybe high school. I don't know. I was still trying to put my head around the idea of having a punch bowl that everyone drinks out of. It's disgusting. Blah. Blah. I feel like acting drunk can only last so long. Because if you've ever been around someone who's drunk, you don't want to be around them. I had that experience at the La Quinta, and that's happened before. Where there's like people who have just passed out and are asleep, and people who are just obnoxious and loud. And like to be your friend. Like, get away. Placebo buzz from the elevator break. That's the thing. You get this weird, like, you get that weird feeling right around here. Like, oh, I've had a drink. But no. This cannot do anything to me. I'm a full-sized adult person. Remember this fact that I like Bacon Surprise channel. Thank you. We are 105, I think I checked last time, away from hitting that 1,000 mark. I still would like to do it by the end of the year, but I also know that's not easy to do. However, there may be an influx of people who are interested in the channel. We'll see. Someday. I wanted to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow now. Somewhere over the rainbow, bastards fly. This is supposed to be for sweat. This is actually soft, isn't it? Huh. I'm tempted to try that leather brewing thing, but I've heard that people don't like it that much. So maybe not. Oh, that feels good. Stretch. Ugh. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for being here again and indulging me with this indulgence. Yeah. And if there's a non-alcoholic thing out there, or even better, zero alcoholic thing, you would like to see me try in a live stream, if you put the money towards the GoFundMe, it doesn't do anything here. That's, again, the GoFundMe money goes directly to my parents. But the catch is, this is all very complicated. GoFundMe is for the raffle, and the money goes directly to my parents. I don't touch it at all. Chat, super chats from YouTube go to YouTube. They take a little bit, then it goes to me. Memberships, same thing. They take a little bit, it goes to me. But I have no way to show memberships yet. I haven't figured it out. And that does make this a little lower. So like if Patrick Greeny came in here and bought a bunch of memberships, those don't show up here. But I still get that. And the initial reason for this, I'm like, there it is. There's nothing here. The original reason for that was to make sure I hit the $100 amount every month, because YouTube will only send me the money if it's 100. And technically speaking, it should be 300 for me, because that's about the amount I have to pay for that loan I took out. Can go scratch that little bit is a lot. It is. Yeah, GoFundMe or Mega Chat, or like Mega Chat if you want it to go to me, PayPal if you want it to go to me, Venmo if you want it to go to me, then the GoFundMe, which goes to mom and dad. Which again, I highly recommend you do that. You get entered into the raffle. I have at least 2 bottles. And once again, all of you out there, if you want to at least discuss or mention or talk about the event with other channels, please do. It is hard for me to get in touch with them and be like, give me something. Hey, stop by the channel. They all lead very busy lives. But we'll see. I'll try to get in touch with them. A few more of them again. It's just email so dumb. Like it's a very formal thing to do, and I don't check my emails very well. I try to check them often and regularly, but stuff gets by. It just slips through the radar. More so if they don't know I'm sending them an email. Like a lot of people have like blocked stuff. And I do have a new email now, so I might have to just try the other one. Let's make the money move. That amount is not enough. What, right now? It was good. I think it was 300 and something already. That was pretty good. This is all just the car, though. Like that exact amount is how much is now on my credit card for car repairs. Mom and Pop KillCo cannot handle that. They one of the things they do is they get royalties. Needs to be closer to 1,000. We haven't even really started technically, but yes, it would be nice if it's a third of the way there before the month even starts. Speaking of which, I have to make a pancreatic cancer month video, the monthly musing, because I have to make a new one of those every year. And what's really awful is I have ideas for the future with the November month. You'll learn more about that, hopefully in a very long time from now. It is 54 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It's beautiful. I would open my window if it weren't, just cold. It's churning and churning. Is it? I'm not looking. I mean, I don't check it too much because I really want to kick off promote it to hell and let everyone never forget for the next 3 weeks. Once the month starts. That'll be epic. And I at least found out the way to do the 704. Huh? Who did what? I know who is here, and you guys tend to do things. Surprise me. Surprise my parents. That's really going to help Mom and Papa KillCo. They have gone to Boston 2 or 3 times the past week. Yay! And they're going there again on Monday. They have to go up on Sunday, stay at a hotel, early appointment. Ugh. It's bonkers. I went with them just once, like earlier the week. It sucked. All right, Sugar Kitty, I'm going to check that GoFundMe, see what's been happening. Thank you for being here. I'll be back on Sunday doing something. I may do a computer game stuff over the weekend. I haven't decided yet. But there's Fallout 76 I might want to try. Or I might try and play my friend's game, the Poppy's Playtime. That shouldn't take too long to finish, and it should spook me a little bit. Maybe. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you out. Out there. Special thanks to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.